Coming up this week on Two Noobs, you fools all wanted so badly to know where you came from, and now your DNA is going to end up on the dark web. This is the bankruptcy of 23&Me. Next, it was apparently opposite day at Ford when they rolled out some of their recent vehicles. Careful when you switch to reverse. Then some say they found an underground city at the Giza pyramids. Others say bogus. Who is right? John will tell us. And then we wrap with 20 questions, although there are 2 answers, so maybe it's more like 10 questions? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Start the music. I'm getting a text. Okay, it looks like we are bombing Greenland tonight.
Oh, nice.
Well, hey, take that, Denmark.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway, welcome to Two Noobs Talking, episode 235. We are the podcast that puts the U in mucus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
In other news, ninja swords soon to be banned in the UK.
I thought that was weird file. I thought we were going to save that, but I mean, wow.
So specific. I don't understand.
I think the Babylon Bee had a great parody article, and they said, you know what? The next time this happens, the UK Prime Minister is going to ban fists. It's going to ban hands. So no one can punch anybody. It's basically like, we're going to chop all your hands off. And you walk around, you'll be fine. No problem.
It's a voluntary hand turn-in program.
Yeah.
The next serial killer is going to beat you to death with a butter knife.
Do you know how long that would take?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean,
actually, yes.
Like you tried to saw through, man. That
no,
would
a
be
beating. I mean,
beating.
just
a whapping.
Yeah,
a whacking there. Yeah.
That's probably more effective than sawing.
Especially if you get one of those ones with the heavy end.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can
boy.
barely get through a piece of chicken with them anyway. So
Yeah.
probably, but I don't know. Maybe try enforcing your laws and figure out what's causing the crimes rather than just banning the instruments thereof.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you would have to read and be educated to understand what you just said. And they're not. So.
Clearly not. No.
They're not.
Maybe that's the problem. We need to hire people that want to run for office that actually can read sentences and
but
understand.
none of the smart people want that kind of responsibility.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was just going to say, that would be, of the three of us, probably Steve would be the most qualified to do that, and he doesn't want to do it. So what does that say?
Yeah.
God, help us all.
Right. In other weird news, some more declassified CIA documents that claim the Ark of the Covenant was located in the Middle East by a psychic as part of an experiment in the 1980s.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's bullshit because we all know the Ark of the Covenant was located by Indiana Jones back in 1935.
Yeah, exactly.
Thereabouts.
Yeah.
So,
by a psychic in the 80s? What's going on there? I thought that was that National Enquirer again? Come on.
No, this was the Independent. I don't know.
Oh, UK Independent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who claimed to have some declassified CIA documents. I think they're just throwing stuff out there for fun.
At this point, why not?
Why not? Right?
They've had all these years to be like, oh, we're going to release documents. You had people furiously scribbling on papers like, oh, it'd be funny. We said a psychic found the Ark of the Covenant. Like, where'd you get that? I was watching Raiders of the Lost Ark last night. So
yes. Yes. Might as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let me introduce folks to the folks. Somewhere I haven't actually watched last week's episode, so I don't know where you put me.
To be fair, I put you on the far right of the screen.
Oh,
while John and I occupied the left side of the screen. So maybe I'll put you on the left, and then I'll be over on the right. We'll be over on the right side.
We're just jumbo Steve for the next couple of weeks. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Or
Maybe
I'll put you on the bottom.
Put me up top where I can
like
conquer.
Like an eagle. Right.
Well, so anyway, somewhere over there, that's Juicy Fruit John Tracy.
Tasty.
Taste for about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Also in that same room, that's Mike and Ike's Matt Craig. I might have used these before. I don't know. I'm Sour Patch Kids, Steve Murray.
Oh, by the way, John, I do have Jolly Ranchers here. So if you ever want a Jolly Ranchers, let me know. So
I like Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, I love them too. They're great. Yeah.
Some high fructose corn syrup.
Hey, why not? Right?
I always have this urge to bite them before it's time, and it's just not a good idea.
Yeah. I have to remember too, like, because I have a filling up here in the front part of my tooth, or in the front 2 teeth. I have to remember, be very, very careful when biting, especially like when you bite down. I don't want it to like fall apart.
No apples for you. Eh?
Yeah.
I can have an apple. I just have to be careful where I'm eating it, basically.
So you have to like put it in the back. So
kind of in the back there. Yeah,
that's not great.
Slice it up with cubes, whatever. I don't know.
Well,
the benefits of being older. What can I say?
Yeah, right. That my back. Well, I know we talked about this on the other branded podcast, but since now we've got John here, I'm blaming him because he's in Pennsylvania. So Torts was fired yesterday from the Flyers. Totally your fault.
I'm telling you. Telling you 2 Super Bowls, Texas.
So we'll see. The minute you come back, Torts goes to hell. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't even know when I was on the airplane that he was in trouble, and now he's fired.
I wonder what he's doing like right now at this very moment as we're recording.
I was not there. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I drove past. I did not stop and speak to Daddy or anything.
Yeah.
Well, I know you were a big Torts lover, so I know this probably disappointed you.
Well, I'm also a big Daddy lover, so
this is true.
There you go.
Since Danny fired him, I'm gonna have to side with Danny. I'm sorry.
Audience agrees. I love it.
That's kind of how I roll in life.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't be here? That's fine. All right.
Well, he's out.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed because I actually enjoyed listening to his press conference. I learned so much.
Yeah.
And I think the world of Brad Shaw, but his press conference afterward was like, when is this over?
Yeah. Yeah, it was dull. It was a little dull there, but that's who he is, basically.
Yeah. I love what he does, though. You know, he's gotten the defense. He's got the defense humming.
Oh, yeah.
He's really improved some of the guys back there.
No doubt.
So I would not be disappointed, I don't think, if he were to be named head coach after the season's over. But, man, I'm going to miss, actual thoughtful responses and press conferences.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm with you.
All right. Well, hopefully one of you has a fun fact. So we're going to go into the Dubby Energy fun fact. I will buy you time to find one as I do the promo here.
Hey, I got a text about the over 40. Nobody said the other thing.
Oh, goodness.
I seem to think in pre-production that somebody had mentioned we had a fun fact. So, okay, good.
I got it.
Well, I still want to do the promo anyway. This is brought to you by Dubby Energy Drinks. Visit Dubby at their website, dubby.gg, or download the app to your phone. If you use our promo code, Too Noobs Talking, that's TOONOO Talking, you get 10% off your order. Hey, we're content creators, right?
We are. Slow but sure. Love it.
Dubby has our backs. The Content Creator Starter Bundle.
Whoa.
You get a random shaker.
Okay.
A solo leveling Igris Strike flavor tub.
I've always wanted one of them.
I know you have. 5 assorted energy and hydration packs.
Oh.
And 3 Dubby stickers, and that's the best part.
Hell yeah.
If you use our promo code, you get $4.89 off the $48.99 sticker price. So go create some content. You can't buy this unless you are a content creator.
And hey, if you don't believe us about that 10% code, I'm going to show you a sample right now. So there you go, right on screen. Two Noobs Talking. It's right there, down below. You can see the promo code activated.
Steve doesn't know where he is. So
Yeah.
Below. Everywhere.
Below. Down below.
Yes.
Down below. Underneath the table. Something like that.
I remember to wear pants today. Okay.
Yes. I had that on my bingo card, by the way.
Oh, there you go. All right, John, hit us with the fun fact.
Nice.
The world's longest concert lasted 453 hours, and it was not the Rolling Stones reunion tour.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Math Genius, how many days is that?
453 divided
Hours,
by
yes.
24 hours in a day. Wow. So that's got to be at least 20 days, if I'm doing the math right.
No, because 20 days would be 480 hours.
Ooh.
Yes. Like a normal person, I just use a calculator.
Yeah, well, I don't have that right now, so that's okay. And I'm guesstimating.
It's just too late on a Friday night for me to do maths anyway.
Yeah.
What was it, 453?
453 divided by 24 is
18.8 hours. Or
Days.
days.
Okay.
Who the hell would sit through that?
Wow.
It's not I. And I like concerts.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's absolutely
Probably.
insane. Yeah.
It didn't say.
It did not say what it was. You gave me like this many moments.
I bought you as much time as I possibly could, buddy.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
All right.
Oh,
It's probably like Kenny G or something.
Oh,
He
most
Oh
like
my
solo
gosh.
played
Can
the
you
whole thing.
imagine? Oh my gosh. Maybe it was the Live Aids. What was that? Live Aid?
Live Aid was a day, dude.
That was a day. Okay.
That was a day. It was a long day.
That was a long
It
day.
was England and Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
crazy.
Phil Collins played it both somehow. That's still blows my mind.
That is crazy. Wow. Can you imagine that getting off the plane and then you're like in Philadelphia and you're jet lagged and you're kind of like, what time is it?
I've
Oh,
never
what the
heard of
hell?
it.
I'll play.
I've never heard of any of these people.
Who is it? Who's on there?
There's just a bunch of random names that I've never heard of. It was a multiple person and they lied because it was 437 hours, 54 minutes, and 40 seconds. I'm not doing that math.
Wow.
It was April 5th, 2017.
Wow.
Until
Yeah.
Yeah,
18 days later.
18 days later.
right, yeah.
2017. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
It was-
recent, too.
It was at Earl of Whitchurch in Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
It was to celebrate the 150th anniversary of, they didn't say, just the purpose was to sell. Oh, Canada's 150. I didn't see that word.
Okay.
And to raise money for charities, steal money from citizens. Got it.
So was Trudeau.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guinness
Trudeau.
Book of World Records. And I've never heard of any of these people.
Because nobody in their right mind would play a concert where it forces the patrons to be there. For
So
18 days.
so basically, Justin Trudeau used that concert to raise funds for his prime ministership, I guess.
Yeah, Baby Castro. Yeah, totally.
It's
We
got
do
to be
something
that
like
way. Yeah,
totally.
absolutely.
Totally.
If you don't believe us, that's on you. It's on you, man.
Blame Canada.
All right. Well, since you're already in the blame game, let's go to the over 40 rant.
Yes.
You've
Oh,
got
boy.
it.
Of course, it's what the. I've been working all day.
So
I
have we all, man.
This is not like an over 40 bitch, but I just have to get it out. Just say it, and then you guys drive here way more than I
Well,
do.
you've been back.
I've been back for a little bit.
A little bit, right?
And
Yeah. Mhm.
Where I live, and I get on a toll road, and I drive for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles safely. I've been doing the same here. I get on the toll road and I dodge fucking holes every day, and the people in front of me are dodging holes, and trucks are dodging holes.
Oh, yeah.
We're all doing this all day. My biggest complaint is Texas posts their sign for what their tollway charges
Sure.
per whatever.
Yep.
PA does it, and I know they charge a lot more. And all you're doing is widen like 6 feet, like up the turnpike. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you're not trying, are you guys?
Not
like,
really.
you're not trying at all.
All we know
Turnpike
is
Commission.
all we know is that Turnpike Commission proudly said that they are widening the third lane
Yes.
at a cost of $118
Yep.
million.
Oh, I saw the sign. I saw the sign.
Saw
but
the
the
sign?
pothole was not coned off.
It definitely
right
was
next
not
to it.
coned off. No, no, absolutely not. No.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, you know, potholes are a big problem up here.
Yes.
You probably don't get them much in Texas because the cold and hot,
Yes.
and freezing and unfreezing, that's what causes
Yes.
a lot of the
So
issues.
it's all about climate change.
It is.
Sean. That's
No,
what it's
it
all-
will talk
really
about
is all
climate
about.
No, it's not climate change.
Well, technically it is.
It's
changing.
the seasons. It's the
Season
changing
changing,
of the
not
weather.
climate change. I don't want to hear that word, Greta.
Get the beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, right? Something like that. Yeah.
Hey, she's an adult now. I will make fun of her at my leisure. I
Wait,
left
what?
it alone
Who?
for many years.
Greta Thunberg.
Greta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Greta.
come on, yeah.
Climate change,
Right.
witch, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what her actual
She
title
was
is.
she was cute. It was like, a small little teenager, and then got really, really annoying as she grew older. And there you go.
I found her annoying as a child, but I won't say anything negative
Yeah,
about her because
I
she was a
agree.
child. And
She didn't know anything.
good job, World War Government, throwing an 8-year-old in front of me so I can't make fun of her.
Just because you feel guilty. That kind of deal. Terrible. Awful.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
But I agree with John, the visitor from Texas. The potholes here are bad.
It's excessive.
And
Yeah.
they will be bad probably through April as they go about and fix all of the potholes that have occurred in the last 3 months.
What are they putting Play-Doh in there?
What
Like, are they
What
not
do you
using
s-
actual road mix?
they're not getting fixed, Steve. I don't know what that
Oh, they don't fix the potholes?
Oh,
out near you?
absolutely not.
Oh,
No.
it sucks to be you then, doesn't it?
Over here in the main line, when we have nothing else better to do but drive our Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Porsches, we have to watch the potholes as well. In
Well, that's too
particular,
bad.
oh, it's awful. Down by
At least around here, when I find a bad pothole, like at least a month or two later, it's fixed. I mean, damn.
Oh, they're afraid of you.
As they should be.
I agree.
All right, speaking of being afraid of people,
oh boy.
where are we going? Oh, topic one, yes.
I really hope that was real.
That was probably the longest awkward pause in the history of Too Noobs. I love it.
I really hope that was real.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
Dementia
we've
is
got
a
a-
newfound.
We had a little, right? We had,
I had to reboot.
right? Yeah.
So anyway, NBC News eyeball article. With genetic testing company 23&Me filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and courting bidders, the DNA data of millions of users is up for sale.
Oh,
23&Me has steadily amassed a database of people's fundamental genetic information under the promise of helping them understand their disposition to diseases and potentially connecting with relatives.
Oh, shit. Excuse me.
bless you, John.
Allergies
But the
here.
company's bankruptcy filing Sunday means information is set to be sold, causing massive worry among privacy experts and advocates. Folks have absolutely no say in where their data is going to go, said Tazin Khan.
Hmm.
Security experts caution that if a bad actor can gain access to a person's biometric data like DNA information, there's no real remedy. Unlike passwords or even addresses or social security numbers, people cannot change their DNA yet. HIPAA protections don't typically attach to entities that have IoT, Internet of Things devices like fitness trackers, and in many cases, the genetic testing companies like 23&Me. So that's of no help to you folks.
Yep.
Emily Tucker, the executive director of Georgetown Law's Center on Privacy and Technology, or let's see, that would be Gulkupta, said the sale of 23&Me should be a wake-up call for Americans about how easily their personal information can be bought and sold without their input. People must understand that when they give their DNA to a corporation, they are putting their genetic privacy at the mercy of that company's internal data policies and practices, which the company can change at any time. John, you frequently give your DNA around.
I do not. I do not.
Oh goodness.
I mean, yeah, it was great to, find out what percentage of Neanderthal was in
Yeah,
your
exactly.
genes, but I mean, I'm glad I never did this, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
am I. But the only thing that I did hear, I heard a lawyer speaking out about it, and he said that you still, as they still own it, as a sale, you can change preferences. You can actually go into the website and fix some of these things. But if you don't, good luck, because China's buying it. And there's going to be a monkey that looks just like you. 5 years. You're not going to know what to do about it.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, they're not. There's nothing you can do once that sale goes through, from what I've been reading. There's nothing. There's not a button you can click. There's not a. Your profile will be deleted, but your DNA will not. And in 23&Me, there's an actual button on the preferences that says that they can keep your specimen for as long as they want. So if you click that,
Sounds like a lot of trouble.
anybody see Deadpool? That's what I'm thinking.
Is that the new one that came out or the first
No, the
one
first
that came
one.
out?
The first one, when
Okay,
they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
were doing experiments on
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
That's
That
what
one.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. Not good. Not good. I'm
No.
very, very,
No.
though very thankful. My mom, when she was looking up the family history, went through ancestry.com. So mom, you did a great job. Great job on that. Thank
Next
you
week
for doing
on
that.
Two Noobs, Ancestry.com.
God, files
Sold
for
to China.
bankruptcy 7, right? It's like, good lord.
Right.
Um,
Well, wait, did she submit like DNA samples
No.
to ancestry.com? Okay,
not
so
that I'm aware of, Mom. If you know, let us know in the comments section below.
I mean, I took ancestry.com as to be you just look stuff up.
Yes.
And
yes.
you can like your name and you can
Yeah,
kind of
that's right.
trace your lineage. But 23&Me was like, I'm gonna swab the inside out.
Salt
put
the
it in
inside
a
of your
tube.
cheek, spit in this, throw it in this envelope, and send it back to me.
And gee, we'll just send it off to some laboratory to experiment on and see if we can find other DNA
Fauci probably
samples.
funded.
Oh God, that's
I
where
mean,
gain of
wasn't it-
function research comes from. Gosh darn it! No,
Wasn't this how they caught that guy, the Idaho killer?
Yep.
Like his dad had submitted to 23&Me or something, and so they had his DNA.
Oh, yeah.
matches. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's why. I mean, yeah, it's bankruptcy, so you're selling assets. But
Yep.
why is people's DNA assets? That scares me.
Because of the preferences, like not any for any other reason. Like because you did the agreement. That's what I think I was reading right. Since you said yes to this and yes to that, and there's a preference setting in there that you could just be like, tell me where I came from and fuck off. And they have to tell you where you came from and then fuck off. If you didn't do that, that seems to be what the problem is.
Interesting.
So it's probably a default, like with the cookies, right?
Yeah.
They all
Yep.
said it too.
Exactly like it.
You,
Yeah.
you agreed to all this unless you say otherwise, and we're not actually going to tell you need to, change it. We're just going to.
They actually have no legal, from what I heard, they have no legal responsibility to. Because they're selling the company. They don't have to tell their people anything.
I guess that would be true.
Yeah.
Because if it's a Chapter 11, it's not a total liquidation. It's just a reorganization of a company's debts, basically. So they have to prove that their debts are essentially under control in a Chapter 11. In a 7, though, that's where everything gets liquefied. That's something you don't want to have happen. That's in worse shape, basically. I haven't read chapters 8, 9, or 10, or 1 through 6. So,
I've never heard of chapter 1 through 6 or 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Well, one is when my bosses sends the big guy just to punch you in the face and be like, pay your bills on time, stupid.
Right, exactly.
That's chapter 1.
Oh, goodness.
Where's my money?
Right. So yeah, I mean, it's serious stuff. I mean, it's sad that you have a company that goes through something like this, particularly when it comes to DNA research, essentially. And now all of a sudden they're in chapter 11 and they have to prove to a debtor, to all the collector, all the people that they depend on, basically, that, hey, our debts are in order. I mean, that.
What do you have to sell? 6 computers and a lot of saliva.
Yeah.
All right, well, get on it.
Might as well. Let's see how we go, right? I mean,
I wonder, like, what was their money-making model? Obviously, yeah, you pay whatever the fee is when you send your saliva.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what
probably
it was in.
yeah.
It was membership. It was membership drawing because all you got back from what I learned is just a fancy spreadsheet that had, Neanderthal on it and fancy little like.
And you're also
you're a Norwegian Viking. And
Yeah.
they just said it to the guys that can't get laid. Like, I'm a Viking. Woohoo! Great $29 I spent.
You're probably also paying for
That was their
the
business
scientific research on top of that. So that's probably what's going into the membership cost,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Well, so it was a membership. It was like subscription based. I thought it was just you put your stuff in an envelope with $100 and then you get your results back, and that was kind of like it.
Mm.
Yeah, but subscription type model is you
You send them saliva every month, and maybe your
No,
ancestry
no.
changes over time. Like what the hell?
Probably for the neurotic people, probably absolutely. Like I know I'm not Native American, and it's like, no, you are not. You are actually
Oh,
Mexican.
look, I'm Irish this week. I don't know.
But it was that model where the fee, then they give you your package. So it was like whatever. I'm trying to think membership. Like you're there and you could do it again if you needed to, and if you want to rope your little brother into it, you totally can. If you want to rope your mom into it, you totally can. That kind of stuff.
It just doesn't seem like a sustainable business model.
It absolutely doesn't. I mean, it's saliva and cash
Yeah, and
and a
once,
spreadsheet.
Once you have the spreadsheet, it's like, what do I need you for now?
Well, now you need to find out who your dad slept with. So now you need to rope your brother into it, and then your sister, and then
good
your
Lord.
cousins, and
it's a
then
pyramid
family.
scheme,
Family
basically.
drama. So we knew
yeah.
Aunt Louise wasn't what we were. Get over here, spit in this cup.
We need to find this out right now. Oh, good Lord.
And
Swipe,
who's
swipe,
to
swipe
s-
generation.
Yeah.
Who's to say that the results were accurate?
I don't think
I-
they were. The only thing good came out of 23&Me was Joe Rogan's comedy special where he said, I got 23&Me and I was 12% Neanderthal, and he looked at his wife and was like, oh, I told you I wasn't normal, dumb. That's the only thing good that ever came out of 23&Me.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I still don't know where I came from. I think they're lying to me. Not 23&Me. I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Well, I wonder, because a judge has to oversee
Mhm.
the whatever happens in a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, right? I don't think you can just sort of say, oh, I'm selling to shady Chinese company over here, and that solves the problem. I think a judge has to approve of whatever
Yes.
transactions occur as part of a bankruptcy.
Yes.
So
Right.
one would hope that a judge would be like, yeah, I'm not letting you sell these people DNA to
Yeah.
North Korea.
But that's the risk
only
you
one
run.
question. Is it federal Obama appointed judge?
I don't actually know who
Don't
appoints
know.
bankruptcy judges.
Because that
Because
would be a
the
little dicey.
bankruptcy court is special.
It's obviously different from patent law, but yeah, it's
Well, it's not a norm. You don't, for patent cases, we go to federal district court,
Mhm.
which if you have federal crimes, you also go to federal district court. Federal
Okay,
district
that
court
makes
is
sense.
sure.
all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Bankruptcy is a totally different thing. I just don't know if that's a federal court or if it's administered at the
Or it
state
might be an
level.
administrative at the state level, probably because if a company is doing business in certain states, then you probably have like certain cases you file within those states, for bankruptcy courts and things along those lines. We'll have to look that up and do a little fact check post production to make sure. on that,
But as I was saying,
Yeah.
one would hope that the judge
oh yeah,
would take into consideration the
Yes.
concerns about where this data could potentially be going
yeah,
as
100%.
part of the reorganization
Oh my
or
gosh,
what
yeah.
have you.
Yeah, I can't imagine that not being the case, Steve. I mean, that's got to be like a massive consideration, considering the data I mean, the literal data that is coming out of someone's saliva, to be able
Well,
to,
look,
honestly, yeah.
if you had bipartisan support for having China divest itself of an app where people were shaking their ass, what do you think is going to happen when you've got a company who's got literal biometric data at stake here?
Yeah, exactly.
It would seem to me that would be an urgent reason for government to step in and say, I don't like that you came out of Hong Kong
exactly.
to buy this.
What do you got, Johnny?
It looks like it's going down in district court in California.
Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. That's the answer to that question. So I guess more to come, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what transpires after this case and what happens with all that data. Oh my gosh. Crazy stuff. John, I know we just talked about like China trying to steal everybody's DNA. You didn't need to spread your DNA here in the house.
I'm just trying to make you money.
That really doesn't sound right.
I'd leave it. You could sell it.
I wasn't trying to
pick me
murder
back up
him.
on your
He
boat
just,
later.
all of a sudden, just spontaneously tried to open a beer bottle like this.
Twist off.
And
it wasn't a twist off.
It wasn't a twist off. It like kind of just ripped his hand apart. It was like, John.
And randomly opened the top side when I used the bottom. I have done. It bit me basically.
John's got skin with the thickness of a paper towel.
Yes.
A wet paper towel.
In this economy, absolutely. Climate.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the hefty, the stuff that.
Or brawny or whatever it's called. Yeah,
brawny.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Well, if you're done leaking all over Matt's
I'm good.
place, we can move on to topic 2.
Speaking of the one person that probably seen me bleed out of my face more than he wanted to.
Right.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is very true.
Yeah.
We are moving on to topic 2, Live 5 news. I don't know what Live 5 is.
Neither do I.
People are reading.
This is what happens when Matt writes the show.
I guess.
Chattahoochee Review and Tuscaloosa.
Very thankful
Review.
for Not the B that forwards all these emails and all this stuff. So that's the primary source, Not the B. So there you go. Anyway, Steve.
They do a great job.
So,
what's happening with Ford besides being fixed or repaired daily?
Well, I like how you're trying to deflect from the fact that you get all your news from one source, which is not a bad idea. We like to have a diverse viewpoint here on Too Noobs.
Oh, that wasn't a joke. Sorry. Okay.
At least you don't get it from the dredge or the drudge or whatever the hell you call it.
Oh, the Drudge Report? Oh, God. I remember that back in the day.
Yeah, it used to be cool.
Oh, come on. We know John gets everything from InfoWars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Return of the Frogs gay, Joe. It's my favorite.
Oh, good Lord.
The fact that he repeated on the national podcast twice made it even better. I heard you the first time, Alex.
Oh.
So he thinks we're going to turn into frogs? Is that it?
And well, no, he thinks they were turning people gay, flew through the fluoride in the water because the frogs, who are mostly hermaphrodites, sorry, information got in the way of the InfoWars, that they were turning the frogs gay. So then it was going to go immediately from I guess it's a reptile, right to the humans, and we were screwed.
I think we need to reboot this entire segment.
I mean, if
they're not reptiles, they are amphibians.
There you go.
Yeah.
They get eaten by reptiles.
Anyway.
And they don't.
More to come on that in the 4th segment.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway. Okay, Matt, we'll go to Ford now.
Yeah.
Where it was apparently opposite day as things rolled off of the assembly line recently. Ford has issued a recall of several vehicles for potentially driving forward while in reverse or neutral.
Yikes.
Whoops.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, the recall includes certain 2024 to 25 F-150, Bronco, 2024 Ranger, 2025 Mustang, Explorer, and Aviator vehicles. Ooh, I think my dad has a 25 Explorer. I'm gonna have to-
Oh,
Call
yeah.
him.
I'm going to
Morning
call
on
him in the morning on that one.
Anyway, recall states the transmission valve body may have been machined incorrectly, which can cause reverse gear failure or unexpected forward movement in reverse or neutral gear.
Ooh.
Good God, that is definitely a fear of mine when I'm on a hill
Yes.
Mhm.
and a stoplight,
Yeah.
and I take my foot off the brake. I'm like, am I going to go backwards?
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
hope to
yeah.
God the person behind me is not like bumper.
Yeah.
Bumper.
Yeah.
John, you're on the road all the
Yes.
time. I trust you not driving a Ford.
Oh, technically, right now I'm in a Ford, but it's good.
Ooh.
It's good. But I do have a story for you that this
Oh.
isn't the first time in the last many years. There was a recall for Ford on their transit body that they had a rubber U joint instead of a metal one, so it would drive more like a car, was the explanation I got. But what that U joint do when it would wear, you'd be driving 60, 70 miles an hour, driving, and once you start to slow down, the transmission would go woo, woo, and it would be the
Oh,
weirdest
why?
feeling because all the science behind that, like not okay when your engine's like, oh, we're gonna go this way when you're trying to go this way.
It's like, no way.
They solved it. It took them a while, but they did actually solve it. So hopefully they'll solve this. but
Well,
get your act together. Like,
that's-
stop doing this.
that's what that acronym is for. Fix or repair daily. That's what it's for. That's what it's always been for.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. that-
Oh yeah. It's very common.
Very common. Yeah. It was like my dad, I remember, was joking about that. He had like a couple of classmates with 4 vehicles, and they would always be in the shop when they always were coming out. And it's like, you're talking Ford Model T. It was like
Mhm.
the first automobile in America. And it's like, they've always had that reputation though, ever since. It's like they just have never gotten their engines right, or in this cases, their transmissions correct.
Let's
I mean, that is-
transmissions recently.
As a lean six, like that drives me crazy. Like, what the hell is going on in those product meetings and in those project managers? Like, what are you doing?
I think it comes down to the parts. I think
It's gotta be.
I think they're getting parts from overseas,
Oh, yeah.
and it's just being pushed through.
And then the quality control goes out the door because you got to get this inventory out, probably.
But 90% of that is you would in that business model, you would much rather repair it
Mhm.
than hold it in the assembly line.
Yeah.
You'd much rather repair it later. It's cheaper for you, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I think they have a really shitty business model, but that's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Get them out. We'll figure it out later. That's their business model.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I drove Fords for a long time.
I remember.
Um,
I think
I've
your
never
first car
owned-
was a Ford. if
I've
I
never
remember
owned
right.
a Ford.
My first, second, and third cars were all
Oh,
Ford.
wow.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I can't recall ever having a major issue with any of them.
That's
Very.
very good and very rare.
They were all Tauruses too, by the way. Just for
Yeah, they have gotten better in their Taurus vehicles. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I've
never
think
really
they
heard
sell
much.
Tauruses anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, really?
I've
Oh,
never
wow.
really heard much about them. Like growing up, like they would be bad. It was
Yeah.
more.
It's more their trucks is really the issue, right?
Well, the trucks were cool,
Mhm.
and everybody liked them. But then it was like the off. They took the Taurus and they had another one that were good.
Mhm.
And then I think they made like 18 other shitty cars, and that's where they kind of got their reputation from. They were like, oh, we'll just put that transmission in this and put this engine in this box, and it would break down.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, a lot of car companies abandoned the large sedan
Oh, really?
line.
Okay.
Yeah,
Back to large
because
sedan.
people just aren't driving. They're driving SUVs now.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, Small to mid-sized SUVs, I think, replaced, which I never got because I
Yeah.
like driving a
I'm,
sedan.
to be honest with you, and just being on the outside looking in, I am very glad that both of your wives aren't into the whole SUVs, because that drives me crazy. Like you've seen like these 5'4" women climb into these 7 feet like gigantic cars that only get like 15 miles to the gallon. Are you kidding me?
Well, my wife does drive an SUV.
Good for her.
I mean, you've been to my house enough. You ought to have seen it. It's not like a.
She doesn't drive it all that often, though, right? Or does she drive it all that often?
She drives a lot.
Oh boy,
for things she needs to do.
She's busy.
It's a Traverse. It's not like a Tahoe or a Chevy Suburban.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I actually
It's like driving a school bus.
I had some work done on the car. There was actually an issue with the gasoline line. There was like something wrong. Like I must have gone over something that was like the fuel line wasn't like.
They forgot to put a wire. They forgot to put a hose clamp
Something
on it.
happened where something broke, and I had to take it in, and they had to get like a whole new fuel canister basically for me. It was $1,600 basically for Honda. So while that was in the shop, I'm given not a regular sedan. This is like in 2021, early 2022 time frame. So by then, a lot of the rental cars that were available were your mid-size to large vehicles. They gave me a Honda Passport, which is this gigantic boxy like SUV that only gave me 20 miles a gallon. And this was, oh, by the way, thank you very much, Joe Biden. Gas was at $5 a gallon. And I'm sitting there guzzling this gas down. I'm like, I cannot believe this is happening to me.
Bet you wish you were working remotely then, eh?
I had to get somewhere, but it wasn't a lot of fun when it was like, you see the fuel tank here and it's like 5 days later, it's almost down to E. It's like, give me what the hell?
I went down the block.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
But with Ford, it's like, I mean, and to see like the number, that's the thing. There were like 6 or 7 different models
Yes.
that we saw in this thing. And that's very troubling.
That's concerning. Yeah,
that's
concerning.
very concerning. Yeah. That's got to be congressional investigation, really. NTSB or whatever.
I mean,
I know it won't be.
I mean, remember the thing with the Toyota that would like, you'd be driving it and it would like stop on its own, just randomly, without you hitting the brake.
Yeah,
I'm here. I like it here.
You're done. Oh, jeez.
I didn't realize this was going to stop right now.
That's even worse to me because you'd be on a highway and now all of a sudden you're braking instantly. That's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Not that, going like this and lurching forward is good either, but
your head goes through
that's
the
way more frightening to me than stopping.
Right.
I don't see this as going to be, they're replacing it, doing a recall.
Yeah.
What more are they going to get hit with? Honestly.
Right.
They're not going to do it.
They have to, for them to stop being embarrassed, they need to get a better business plan. And build it right the first time, and stop this nonsense of
you got to look.
Get her out, and we'll figure it out later. Because this is,
you got to look at your quality control. Honest to God, you got to really look at it from the top down. What is it that's not? I understand the need of being efficient, getting these things out the door, but at the same time, you got to make sure that it's safe. Exactly.
That's not efficient at all.
That's just being efficient just for the sake that you're getting it out the door.
That's fake
It's
efficiency.
much better if you're efficient and you have a high quality item. That's what we're aiming for in our processes. Particularly when it comes to auto manufacturing, you have to make sure that everything is functioning. And when you have 6 or 7 lines of cars that are going in reverse, when you're in drive mode or you're in neutral, that's not good. That is very dangerous.
And with the current political climate, it's like Trump is handing you, he's like, buy American.
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity. And don't F it up by like, hey, here you go. Everything works the wrong way. Left, you turn the wheel left, you go right. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Reverses forward.
And we're driving on the other side of the road. What the hell? Woo-hoo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't cock it up, man. Like, just
it's
do it right.
Yeah.
And by the way, I will give you the number if you have one of these vehicles and need to get it fixed.
Go for it.
Dad. The customer service, call 1-866-436-7332. 1-866-436-7332 and reference recall number 25. This is why I need read glasses.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Yep.
word 8.
You totally do.
We'll have
25S19.
cool.
Nice.
25S19.
So we'll have all of that in the lower third down below as well
Yes.
for you.
But only call it 2 a.m. because you're getting India. So.
Piggybacking on Matt's rental car story, I had to get my car repaired, the Ford, but it was my fault. I bumped something. And while I was waiting for it to get repaired, they gave me this. It was a Kia SUV.
Oh boy.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
I had never.
Sportage?
No, it was a Sorrento,
Okay.
Kia Sorrento. But
Kia
this was like 10, 12 years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's snowing. I'm driving home. Like I put it in drive. I'm driving this thing down Cotman Avenue. So you guys know what I'm talking
Yeah.
Oh
about.
yeah.
yeah,
Route
totally.
73.
Was just
yeah.
And
Mhm.
I am like flooring the gas pedal. And this thing won't go over 25 miles. I was like, oh, great. I'm going to be driving on this piece of shit for 2 weeks.
You're lucky the wheels didn't fall off.
I know. Well, as it turned out,
Right.
it was one of those ones where you can have the option to put it in manual for switching gears
Yeah.
manually instead
Yeah.
of automatic. And I had pulled it accidentally when I went
Yeah.
drive. I pulled it into the manual slot.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
And so I was driving in first gear like 3/4 of the way home.
That's
That's
awesome.
fantastic.
You're pissed about the car, but it was your fault.
Well, if only you would have been told. That was the thing. It's just like not everybody knows
Don't
like, what's
touch
in these
that.
cars. Don't touch this. You know, it's like don't touch that. Don't touch this.
Well, it's not even. It's just I pulled it too far.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
that was the thing, and it's
Yeah.
just that's what.
Crazy.
But if you pull things too far, you're going to want to check out our website. That didn't sound right at all.
No.
I need to go home.
It's late on a Friday.
Yeah.
Anyway, the website is twonoobstalking.wordpress.com. You can actually watch our episodes on the website where you also get information about us, your glorious hosts. It has the episodes going all the way back to 140. If you want to see something before that, it will take you to our YouTube channel. And while you're at the YouTube channel, we want you to like, share, and subscribe because we like to see numbers that go climbing higher,
We are
pulling farther.
And speaking of that, guys, we are at 106 subscribers. So thank you very much, all you out there in Two Noobs Land.
Yes.
Appreciate
yes.
you.
Thank you.
And hopefully at
106,
some
I was
point,
happy by that. It was great. Yeah.
yeah, and hopefully at some point we'll get those shorts going for you again.
Yeah. We'll rock and roll with that.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Back to the website. John's pulling things too far. He's tired.
Yes.
It tires you out.
Yes, it does.
Back to the website. If on the homepage there's a box there where you can put your email address in, hit subscribe. You will be notified every time I remember to upload a new episode to the website, and then you can watch it. You will not have your DNA sent to China.
No.
By doing this.
Absolutely not. And John won't spontaneously bleed all over the place in my house. So there you go.
I might again, just for fun.
Yeah, he's here
He
for
got
another couple
upset,
weeks,
so,
so
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's true.
gonna
plenty of opportunity for him to spill his DNA.
All right. Now it's
Oh, for God's sake. Put
John
that
can't go
knife
to-
away, for God's sakes. Yeah.
John can't go to the UK now,
nope.
No.
unless maybe that doesn't qualify as a ninja sword. I don't know.
That is definitely not a ninja sword. It's definitely not a ninja sword.
Oh, goodness.
All right, topic 3, New York Post. So forgive typos. Researchers claim they've discovered the legendary halls of Amenti in a vast city beneath Egypt's pyramids of Giza. A wild theory that has perplexed archaeological experts who dismiss the claims as, quote, fake news. Scientists said they located 5 small room-like structures inside the pyramid using synthetic aperture radar, or SAR, technology. The group used the data to make a rough 3D model estimating what is believed to be hidden from the world's eye. When we magnify the images in the future, we will reveal that beneath it lies what can only be described as a true underground city. Skepticism and accusations that the study was a hoax arose when the project did not publish the information with any peer review from independent researchers. Dr. Zahi Hawass, a renowned archaeologist and Egypt's former minister of antiquities, promptly called the
Sounds
claims
expensive.
completely wrong and fake news. The claim of using radar inside the pyramid is false, and the techniques employed are neither scientifically approved nor validated, he told The National. One researcher at the University of Denver said the claims were exaggerated as the technology is not advanced enough to create such images. Matt, you brought this article to us. Why?
Well, it actually popped up on one of my YouTube algorithm channels. It was a channel called What Do You Meme, and he was talking about Giza and the pyramids, and oh my God, this is really, really weird and strange. What does this mean? And then you read a little bit into the article, and a lot of it seems to be, it's very hoaxy. This archaeologist is a bunch of fraud. And that's where John came in, and he was just like, you know what? I totally agree. Archaeologists are a bunch of frauds.
They are.
Which was like, well, wait, we'll get into that discussion because I'm very fascinated. I've known you for 30 years. I've never known that about you.
Indiana Jones is going to come and punch him in the face.
Right? Exactly.
He's too old.
It is. I obviously, we don't know what's the foundation of these pyramids. It really is amazing. Obviously, it's a marvel of human ingenuity.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Aliens did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're talking about you're lugging all that stuff in the desert and you're building these pyramids, from Pharaoh. I mean, it's not exactly backbreaking, not exactly fun labor, I should say.
What a story.
Right? But, yeah, again, weird file because it's like they think that there's an underground city holding these pyramids up. And it's like, why would there be an underground city holding pyramids up?
Or why wouldn't there be an underground city?
Or why wouldn't there be?
Well, you got to party in the underworld.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
And you
saying.
need space to do it.
I guess so. Maybe there's an ice hockey rink down there. We could play ice hockey down
There you
there.
go. It's
Never
too
know.
hot. It's too hot.
Right.
Everything melts.
But
Well,
obviously, I'm more curious as to what John has to say in regards to archaeology here, because
It's
Yeah, he had a weird response to
it's
this.
not as ridiculous as you think. It is.
okay, all right.
First of all, let's take the pyramids. Pretty damn impressive.
Oh,
Okay.
very, yeah.
No
Absolutely.
explanation other than a few photos or paintings, or I don't even know if they're photos. They were probably paintings.
Well, they were impressive until Godzilla suplexed Kong
Yeah,
on top of them
that
and
was
they
even
brawled
that was
broke.
even better though. So,
And wasn't one of the Transformer movies like fighting in the pyramids as well, and they destroyed like part of the pyramids? Like that was highly offensive. Might have been
possibly?
the second one or the third one. I can't remember.
I
which one.
didn't see the second or third one. so
I
you
saw
have to
it
tell me.
and really wanted to
sorry.
get those.
That's
5
funny
minutes
because you hated the first one, so I don't know why you would watch
But
two.
that's a
It
glut-
popped up on
that's a glut for
YouTube.
punishment. That's-
Yeah, exactly. And I gotta stop doing that. God sakes. Anyway, John.
Oh, just because it pops up, you want to watch it. That's,
well,
I see how you would.
it's
Ah,
action.
okay.
It's action. What do you want me to do? Come on.
All right, John.
I want you to turn
please
off
continue.
TV and do something else. That's what I want you to do.
Read a book.
So it's not so much about the pyramids. Like we don't know. Like Steve said, aliens made them, or they didn't make them, or they could have made them, or someone trekked 6 million miles with heavy stone on there, and we'll believe that. I don't give a shit about actually what you believe. I don't care. I don't actually care about the pyramids. They're cool. I don't care about them. The thing I've been involved in recently is listening to a lot of these archaeological podcasts. It is a very fractured group of people. There's some gatekeepers, and then there's some ridiculous people over here, and then there's some like real scientists that are actually trying to do something. The gatekeepers are like, no, you're them. And it's just like, I've found it so ridiculous to just, why can't we all just get together and figure it out? If this software doesn't do what it does, take your fucking grant money that you get for fucking looking at it and go, it's a fucking pyramid, and put it towards that and maybe figure something out. Maybe we get an answer. But no, you got the gatekeepers that won't allow any of this information to come out. So what you get is an article like we got is there could be something, but no, fuck it, he's dumb. That's every archaeological argument I've heard in the last 4 years is exactly that. Someone goes, hey, I think, and someone that has a PhD goes, you're stupid, go away. And it's like, oh, so we learned nothing new?
So it's like the COVID pandemic.
Yeah, we learned nothing new.
We
Got
learned
it.
nothing new about
Then
it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh,
I
goodness.
don't think that's confined just to archaeology.
No, I think it's confined to
that's-
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
any science, it seems like anymore, is people peer review,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's got to be peer reviewed before it gets published with any authenticity. And you're right, there's probably gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Well,
involved there.
And it kind of like dovetails into an article I saw this week, guys, about like people's, essentially their confidence in the scientific community and across all political platforms, no matter who it was, Democrat, Republican, Independent, they're all down. And part of it could be, John, to what you were talking about. People are arguing back and forth over what they're finding, or there's a hidden agenda, or something along those lines, that they use science instead of actually, interpreting what the data is and what the results are. They're using it to kind of say, okay, well, we can't do this because of X, therefore Y. They kind of do an if-then statement, that kind of a deal. And their then statement is awful because it's not based in reality. It's only based on a small sample size. So there are so many ways. Science is so wonderful in the fact that we can learn so much about the universe, about the world, about everything around us. But gosh darn it, I am really sick and tired of all the political nonsense that is affiliated with science, and especially over the last handful of years. Really, ever since we started this podcast, guys, really, ever since 2020.
Well, look, part of the problem, and I've said this on the podcast before, is there's a large segment of the population that takes the current understanding and deals that as an absolute.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
This is not a phenomenon from just the last couple of years. I mean, Copernicus is like, hey, we may not be the actual center of the universe. And the establishment was like, oh, burn him to death.
Yeah.
And this is, it turns out he was right. We're not the middle of the universe. We actually revolve around the sun, and the sun revolves around the galaxy. And, maybe that turns out not to be true either at some point. But you have to learn in science to say, maybe my understanding was not originally correct.
Yeah.
There may be another explanation.
There's a humility.
People just are unwilling to do that.
Yeah, there's a humility involved in that. Absolutely.
Science has a people problem.
Yeah, yeah. And we don't even have to talk about the flat earthers versus those that...
Well, that's the other problem too, is there are people who will perpetuate things that are completely against anything that can be established by evidence, and they come in and they mess everything up too. So I don't know if the people who did this alleged underground mapping fall into the flat earth category, or if they are Copernicus.
Right, we just don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Until we dig underneath there,
but if nobody's
we
giving
won't know.
anybody a shot to have these conversations, that's what we're going to end up where we're ending up where we are.
Yeah.
Where it's, who knows?
Yeah.
There's
And
pyramids over there.
I also don't mean to poo-poo peer review. Poo-poo.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yet another problem of science is the want to be first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they go first and they messed up something. It's like, ooh, I was off by 3 zeros. Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have gone through the peer review process. Maybe they would have caught that error before you embarrassed your ass.
Yeah.
You know, so all of that has led to the mistrust in science, and now we're talking about pyramids that were destroyed by Godzilla.
Already, so don't even worry about it. They're
So
not
it doesn't
even there.
matter,
There's no city.
Right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
As we roll into topic 4, we are playing the game of DNA distribution. Oh, sorry.
Not quite.
That is not what we're doing.
That's
John
not
already
what we're
played that
doing.
game.
It was fun. 2 band-aids.
You really should cut the other fingers now just to make
I'm
it
thinking about
symmetrical.
it. Next time you see me,
As long as he doesn't do it over this table, that's
Well,
covered by the Eagles, helmet here.
When John comes over, you don't break out the good stuff.
That's true.
You
But
gotta
I'm trying to
understand
dampen the reverberation that happens here when we talk.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
A bare table causes echoes.
Well, it's a
That's interesting.
wood table. And you never know. It could vibrate. I don't know. I'm just doing my best over here.
You're
What
just
the hell?
making shit up now. Speaking of
Probably.
making shit up, we are playing a game. It's like 20 questions, only you get 10 questions instead.
There you go.
But you get 2 answers, so it's going to be weird. We're going to take turns. We'll have a judge, I guess, and each of the players of that round will pick 2 names or items or what have you from the category.
Okay.
And the other will have to ask questions, yes or no questions, to try and guess the 2 answers.
Okay.
So we're going to start off. The category is famous quarterbacks. Matt and John will be the players this round. They have both texted me their 2 famous quarterbacks. And so now you will ask me yes or no questions, and I will tell you yes or no or maybe.
Okay.
And then you could guess at any time.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. And if you don't guess it, yes.
Go on to the next one.
Go on to the
Go on to the next one.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So I guess we can alternate questions. So
Okay.
Matt, go ahead. You can go first.
So I have to guess what John gave you. So,
Yes.
does one of his quarterbacks play in the NFC West?
No.
Okay.
John.
Does one of Matt's quarterbacks play in the NFC West? Played or
No.
okay.
And if I happen to get an answer wrong, please tell me. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
Mine, no, not absolutely not.
Okay.
No, no.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, your turn.
Does John's quarterback wear the color red in his jersey?
There is red in one of the quarterback jerseys.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There is red sometimes in one of the quarterback's jerseys.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, John.
Does one of Matt's quarterbacks wear midnight green?
No.
Okay.
I'm
I'm not gonna. I don't even know what you're.
Red sometimes, huh?
Matter of fact, I think there's a red jersey once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Does one of John's quarterbacks play? Oh gosh. In the AFC West.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
John.
Maybe.
It could be all time. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Right
No,
now,
no.
yeah.
Neither one of these ever
Okay.
played in the AFC West, as far as I know.
Okay. John?
All right, John, your turn.
Does Matt's quarterback have an animal on his helmet as a logo?
One of them did, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Matt.
Red in a jersey sometimes, huh? Oh,
This is your 4th question, by the way.
yeah. One of his quarterbacks play in the NFC East or not?
Did.
Did at one time. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
John.
Is one of Matt's quarterbacks have a horse as the logo?
On the helmet or in general?
Good question. On the helmet, I'll say.
On the helmet, I do not believe.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Does John's quarterback have gold in the jersey?
I don't believe so.
Don't believe so. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I know where you were going with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oops. All right, John. Question number 5.
Does Matt's quarterback wear blue?
I would say at least one does. Would
Okay.
you say the other one does too? Matt?
The other one really doesn't,
Okay.
Not really. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So one of them does.
but
yes.
one of them does wear blue. Yeah, for sure.
Or did. Yes.
Yeah, or did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is the team that John's quarterback plays for in the NFC considered to be in the NFC South as of the time of this recording?
No.
Wow. This red is driving me nuts.
All right, John.
Okay.
Is one of Matt's quarterbacks Johnny Unitas?
It is.
Okay.
In fact.
Okay.
I'll give you a half five on
Okay.
that. Well
So
done.
John's got one.
Okay.
Matt, your 7th question.
Who do you hate? Let me see.
It has nothing to do with hate action. I like them.
I'm looking at my helmet collection over
That's
here.
why I picked them, because I actually adore both of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From afar. I'm not fans of either team.
Okay. Does the jersey include blue at any one or no?
One of them does. Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, John.
Does the other quarterback that Matt has wear red?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to wager a guess on one of John's.
Okay.
Jim Kelly?
The answer is no.
Oh, okay.
It's a good one. I should have picked him.
Gosh. I'll give another guess and then I'll pass it over to John.
Okay.
My second guess would be Joe Montana.
Nope.
Oh, man.
All right, John.
You're better at this than I am, Johnny.
Does Matt's quarterback play in the NFC North?
No.
Okay. I'm lost on the second one.
Yeah.
All right, you've got 2 more questions here.
Okay.
Does John's quarterback have a letter on the helmet?
One does.
One does. Okay.
John.
Yeah, I don't. Everybody where I thought he would go. I just didn't.
Am I allowed to give hints or no?
No,
Probably
no,
not.
no.
Okay.
No. He's winning anyway. So
Yeah, he's winning.
Does Matt's quarterback have an ocean animal on his helmet?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. I'm good.
Oh boy. Okay.
right.
yeah, he's nailing it down there.
All right, Matt. Last question. I could give you. You can ask the question. You can have a guess after
Yeah.
that. If
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Is the helmet black?
I think one of them is.
One of them might be.
Yeah. But not the one that's with red. I just gave you a hint, but not the one with.
Yeah. So, do you want to throw out any guesses there?
Yeah, I guess I'll give one more shot. Terry Bradshaw would be another one that I could think of,
The
but
answer is no. All right, John, for the sweep of 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dan Marino as his other one.
In fact, you got both of them.
well
there you
done.
go.
Nicely done.
John
Who were
wins
your
that
two?
one.
Mine were
2-0.
Eli Manning
Oh, okay.
and Joey Barrow.
Okay, yeah, the red. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Giants do wear red jerseys
Yeah.
on occasion.
On
right?
occasion, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And Burrow would have had the black helmet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the orange.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wasn't thinking stripes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Matt, since you lost, why don't you be the judge on this one
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
and pick the category. We
So-
had planned music artists, overrated pre-2000 hockey jerseys, snacks, non-sports logos, or zoo animals.
Let's go with snacks, guys.
Ooh,
Let's go with snacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I text the right person here with my answers.
Matt Craig is the name of that.
Just it's random, like it's not brand, right? It's if you guess if it's potato chip, I'm not putting that down. But if it's like you're not going for like Ruffles rigid potato chip.
No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. That's one for Steve.
Yeah, I got one. I gotta think of one more.
Okay. I got John's.
Both?
Yes.
Yeah.
You need
Damn,
one
I'm
more.
lagging. Okay.
All right.
Whoops. If I could spell correctly.
Okay.
All right. You got it?
Yes. All
Okay.
right. So, Steve, I'll let you guess what Mr. Tracy has here.
Is one of your snacks salty?
Yes.
Okay.
John.
Is one of your snacks sweet?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
Is one of your snacks baked?
One would be.
I know. I think both of them are actually.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
both would be. Yeah, both would.
Okay.
Yeah. John.
Is one of your snacks glazed?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
That was emphatic.
Absolutely.
If they were
never.
glazed, we've got a problem. If they were both glazed, there's a problem.
You put glaze on them, I'll kill you.
All right, Steve.
Okay. Does one of your snacks come in a bag?
One would. One would.
Okay.
John.
Does one of your snacks have cheese in it?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the snacks does have cheese in it.
Okay.
I think we're at round 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Does when eating one of said snacks,
Mm-hmm.
do you consume multiple of them in one sitting?
For one, you would. The other, you would not.
Okay.
John.
Does one of your snacks come in a box?
I would say one would. One might. What do you think, Steve? Just for clarification.
One, depending.
Yeah.
If you buy multiple of them in a box.
In a box, it could.
Yes.
Yeah. But one
other
for
one,
yeah, the other one for sure. Yeah, I would say it would come in a box.
Okay.
Okay, round 5. Steve.
Do either of your snacks corn based?
Again, one would be considered corn based. The other would not be.
Okay.
Johnny.
Is one of your snacks small little squares?
No.
Okay. That blows that out of the water.
Okay.
Is one of your snacks tortilla chips?
No.
Oh, damn.
Was that a guess or was that a
That was yeah.
that was an official guess? Okay.
You can still ask.
You
a
can still
question.
ask one
Yeah,
question.
You can still
Alright,
ask
alright,
questions.
yeah.
Does the snack that is bagged have a round shape?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think so either. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
John.
But it could if a child had it.
If a child had it, good lord. Okay.
So if you gave it to a child, it would be in a ball form. But if you buy it as an adult, you would get it in another form.
Right.
I want to make sure you get
Probably further confused. That look
Yeah.
further confused him. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. John's
All right.
question.
we're at round 7, by the way.
Is one of your snacks a baked good?
I would say both are not baked goods.
Okay. I don't know what Steve likes to snack on.
Yeah.
Steve.
Gonna throw out a guess here. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No.
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 It's
All right,
both are extremely traditional. Like you would in the morning, you would get one, and one
Yeah.
would be a snack.
They are, well,
Yeah, stop. With the,
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
I'm not asking.
I'm not going to say anything.
Is one of them soft?
Yeah, I would say one of them is definitely soft.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, round 8, guys. Getting close.
I'm completely lost. Do I buy these at like a specialty place, like a coffee shop, or do I buy it at a supermarket? That's what I'm trying
That's
to
not a
ask.
yes or no question.
I know, that's what I'm trying to ask. Do you get this item
You would get
with
both.
your groceries?
You would get both at the supermarket.
Okay. Okay.
True.
I need to hone this in.
Steve.
All right.
Hey.
Is one of the snacks a muffin?
One of the snacks is not a muffin.
But
Close.
the other one is. No.
No, close though.
The other one is
Really
not.
close though.
Damn it.
They're sold amongst the muffins.
What's your question?
Is damn.
It was harder than I thought it was.
Is one of the snacks fried?
I would say one of them could be considered
Could be, but
fried,
not
but
always.
not always.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
always.
Yeah. Okay, round 9. John.
Is one of your snacks a Twizzler?
No.
Okay, I just threw
a
that
good
out there.
Good guess though, but it's not in that ballpark.
I'm completely lost.
Do you want to ask another question, or you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does one of your snacks have chocolate chips in it?
It does not have chocolate chips in it. Yeah,
I like chocolate chips.
I do too.
Does one of your snacks have something inside it?
I would say both do not have something inside of it.
Was that round 10?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so I gotta get. All right, guys. So I'm gonna say pretzels.
Nope.
Okay, and
the
so
other?
The other one, a donut.
No.
Very close.
Cheese puffs,
Oh,
coffee cake.
coffee cake.
Coffee cake. Yeah.
Oh, and the cheese puffs was the corn-based one.
Yeah.
Son of a
Yes.
bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Damn.
guess
All right,
it's
so
I
John's
have
got
no
a-
guesses.
no idea.
Yeah.
Peanut butter egg
Okay.
cheese stick. So you
Okay.
could get both
Yeah,
in the
no,
supermarket.
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And
Good.
both could come in a box and that kind of a deal. So yeah,
Yeah.
very good. All right, what
Fail.
about one more?
Yep.
And then
And John is the judge.
Yes, I'll judge.
so what do
Okay.
you want?
What's your
And then
category?
You two go. Can you name the categories again?
Yeah, we've got left music artists, overrated pre-2000 hockey jerseys, non-sports logos, and zoo animals.
Let's do the overrated hockey jerseys. So I don't
I
have to.
I had a feeling.
So I don't have to play.
Overrated, huh? Okay, I got one. And this is pre-2000.
Pre-2000, yeah. Who had shitty jerseys? people
Did they all? Okay. No, I had changed my mind on one of them. Be highly controversial. And the only other one won't be.
Not the Flyers pants.
Yeah, that does not count.
That doesn't count. It's not a jersey.
Okay,
All right. I
got
sent
it.
mine to Johnny.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
All right, who wants to start?
I'll lead off.
Okay, go ahead.
Is one of Steve's jerseys blue in color?
Yes.
Okay.
The other one, absolutely not.
Okay. Okay.
Do any of Matt's jerseys belong to a hated Flyers rival?
I would actually say both of them do. One more than the other, but both of them do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. All right, round two. Do any jerseys have any lettering on them?
There is lettering on both of them, but
Okay.
not. I don't know how to explain it. It's
Yeah.
not like a cross letter or
Okay.
it's the whole thing. It's,
Okay.
Yeah.
There's lettering in one of the logos and the other logo
Okay.
is
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are either of Matt's jerseys black?
They were at one of them was at one point
Mhm.
and might be now, and I don't know because I haven't.
All right. This is round three, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Does one or well, yeah, I'll just say, does one or both of Steve's jerseys have some sort of mascot, or yeah, is there a mascot prevalent on one or both of those jerseys?
On the
I would
jersey?
say no. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say no.
No, on
No.
both. Okay, okay, all right.
I'm gonna throw a guess.
Go ahead.
Buffalo Sabres.
Yes.
Oh!
Correct.
Nice.
It was overrated. I'm just saying.
Are you talking about the Buffalo head one?
Yeah, the Buffalo
Yep.
had one.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So question.
Go ahead.
Got to do the other one now.
Yep.
Is there blue in the other jersey?
Yes.
I'm going to take a shot at Steve's.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yes.
You son of a bitch.
All right, you guys are 1-1.
Round 4, right? Yeah.
Round 4. Does he have any red in his jersey at all?
No, not that.
No red. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Does Matt's jersey have any lettering?
Yes. Not every jersey, but
Understood.
Overrated. I asked if there was red, and there was no red, right?
No red.
No red. Okay. Any gold in that jersey?
yes.
Okay.
I'm going to guess New York Rangers.
No.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Wait. I didn't
Hey,
get
he's
to ask my
asking a
question.
Oh,
question.
I'm sorry.
I didn't
Okay.
get to ask my
Well,
question.
that'll be my guess for the. Apologies.
So there's blue in it with lettering. Is there any orange on it?
No.
No.
No orange. Okay.
Okay, so my guess was Pittsburgh Penguins, which
Yes,
is incorrect.
yes,
Which is no.
Um, Was it an original 6 team?
No.
Blue with lettering that's not the Rangers. Is it the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Yes, it
is. Yes.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right, so it's all questions for you now.
Yeah.
This is what?
So not an original 6.
Round 6.
Okay, not an original 6. No red. Does that have blue in it or no?
No.
No blue.
No blue? Okay.
So was that 6 or 7 questions?
I think that was 6.
Okay. So you got 4 more.
Did Steve wear a jersey?
I don't remember.
Steve? No?
No.
It's not in your rotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not in my rotation.
Not in the rotation. All right.
Not in the rotation.
The
Because
amount
it's
of-
overrated.
Yeah. The amount of jerseys he had.
Definitely not in the rotation.
I can
Okay.
recall.
So 3 left.
Was it a Flyers rival at one point?
It may be
I don't think so.
maybe before our time, but not
Oh,
ever while we were alive.
that's true.
Cool.
Can't imagine why they would be, but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Not in our
Yeah, in our watching time. Yeah.
Okay.
yes. 2 left.
Washington Capitals?
No.
Although I can't imagine you like not liking the that winged eagle, that kind of a deal. That's what
Oh, I love that jersey.
I was just
That's
gonna say,
awesome.
it's like that can't be overrated.
No, that was a fantastic jersey. I wish they'd bring that one back more often.
Yeah.
If Ovechkin's going to break the record, he should break the record in that damn jersey,
Yeah, he should.
Right?
right?
Is it in the Western Conference?
I don't remember what conference they were in.
There was East West back then. Come on.
Yeah, I have no idea where they. Hold on.
Well, you're going to get a hint out of this. Had they existed when it was East West, they would have been in the West. Yes.
Okay.
So the team no longer exists. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Atlanta
But had they
Thrasher.
exist, they would be in the. Huh?
Atlanta Thrashers?
No.
Damn it.
I don't even think the Thrashers existed pre 2000, did they?
No,
no.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Maybe 99.
West?
Oh, they were, yeah, because they took Patrick Stefan with the first pick in 99.
Well, no. It was Dallas Stars.
Who was?
Patrick Stefan, right?
Eventually, but he was drafted by the Thrashers.
That's why, yeah. That's why I guessed. Atlanta Thrashers. And you told me no.
Yeah, I told you no.
Yeah,
I was
no.
trying to figure out if they were a pre 2000 team.
Oh, okay.
And I believe they came in the league 99.
9, yeah.
So I could have picked those jerseys, but I didn't.
But they
so you have
could have-
one question left.
But they could have been in the West if they were alive today.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm thinking so. This isn't telling me anything. The internet is not telling me anything.
Oh, goodness. I don't know.
They would absolutely have been in the West. I
Okay.
can say that for sure. Yes.
Drawing a blank.
And I'll tell you why after he guesses.
Yes.
Winnipeg Jets, probably not. That's my official guess.
Your official guess is the Jets?
Yep.
So, yeah, I think you have one question remaining.
Yeah.
Go for one more.
Sometimes a Flyers rival, maybe not.
Well,
Oh.
I
Yeah,
don't think they
I
were
would not
ever a
look at
rival.
them. Yeah, I would
They
not
were
look
never
at
a
them as
rival. Okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay.
Probably not.
Gosh. Well, I mean, the only other guess I could come up with, and I'll just leave it at that because I'm not going to answer the
Okay.
additional question. St. Louis Blues, but that would have
No.
been my guess.
Nope.
I don't know. What?
No.
Who?
Minnesota North Stars.
Oh, okay.
Would have been in the West because the Minnesota Wild are in the West.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know because they came in the same time as the Flyers. I don't know if they were ever a Flyer rival, but not in our lifetimes.
Yeah, I don't think they were. I think they came in post 1967 for sure. And I think they were a WHA franchise, if I remember right. I could be wrong. We'll fact check it.
They were the 67 expansion with the Flyers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah.
They were. But I don't recall ever being
I
rivals. With them.
I don't remember what division they were in, and I don't remember anything about them.
No.
Yeah, that's why the Eastern or Western Conference. I'm like, oh, Wales or Campbell. I don't know.
They would have been. It would have been Campbell. It would have been a Campbell conference back then.
Campbell.
So yeah.
And the internet didn't even understand that question.
Right?
Were the Minnesota North Stars in the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference? Does not compute.
It took me to women's soccer. North Stars.
So we were doing a lot of right.
Yeah. All right, so I beat Matt 2-1.
Both tied. Yeah, both tied in the between you two, and then John with a 2-0 over me.
John got the 2-0 over you. Yeah. All right, so it was a successful evening. We thoroughly beat down Matt. Good.
There you go.
Good work.
Awesome.
Now get out of my
Maple
house.
Leafs was.
How dare you?
Toronto Maple Leafs was just a stupid gimme. I should never have gone with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially since you also picked them.
Well, they are the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
They are. And I hate their stupid fat face stupid jerseys.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
All right, so that wraps up episode. Where is 235? Right? Yeah, episode 235 of your mucous membrane. Wait. Two Noobs Talking podcast. We will see you next week with more shenanigans. Until then, just get out.